Testing.
1 2 1 2 1 2
1 2. What it do? Just kidding, baby. All right. So
G Herbo's album, nice. Talk about that in the podcast.
G Herbo's album. We can go ahead and get straight into it. I don't think we need a motherfucking intro. Now I'm starting to think about it. It's kind of overdone.
Honestly.
What about how many tracks on the album? Give or take.
12, 14, something like that.
Something like that. So G Herbo, I probably haven't listened to G Herbo since
Swervo.
Since Swervo, yeah. I was about to say. I mean,
his last two projects been real nice. He's still in my top 5.
Genuinely, who you put him? Who's your top 5? Let's talk about it. Damn, that's easy.
Are we talking all time or like right now?
Talk all time. That's I already know your top 5 all time. I'm sure I don't even care.
Right now,
who's your top 5, bro?
Say right now, Benny the Butcher. I've been getting into him a lot. Motherfucking nice. Him and Freddie. I've listened to Freddie before.
Gibbs?
Yeah.
But
they're kind of in that same, like, you know. Benny for sure. Key Glock, his new album was fire. I've still been bumping it.
I was really, really hoping it was going to be a shiesty summer, but it looked like it ain't going to be for a long time.
That motherfucker locked up, bro.
Well, I was thinking because they did the whole. I don't even care to get into it that much, but like they did the whole hearing and shit. I genuinely thought he'd be like, he just straight up robbed that man.
Robbed the man and shot him like a block away from the police.
You're a millionaire, bro. You make some fire ass music.
In a rented
shitty
McLaren.
person.
In a rented McLaren.
Shitty person, dude.
But like
in a parking lot, broad daylight.
And my thing, I get it. Everybody has their own circumstances they come up through. Like, I'm never gonna judge nobody, but I will call you stupid if you do some stupid shit like that.
That's
like
some
already blew up.
Yeah.
That's some stupid shit. Like,
so
no reason that you had to rob a pair of shoes, bro.
For a pair of shoes, dude. Like you had the $1,000. You were a drug dealer before you became famous rapper.
You rented McLaren.
You have the money. Is all you're saying.
No drills over shit.
So. Just not meaning to switch topics, but I have a genuine question, bro. So, whenever you, like, because if you guys don't know, Fallen lost, like, I don't know, what was it, 80 pounds? How much did you lose your senior year?
Oh, total? 130.
130. I didn't want to overdo it and then, like, make you look bad. I'm glad I underdid it and made you look damn good. Because what did you, because, like, I'm very health conscious right now. And much so trying to be. But it's not about working out more than anything. It's about doing it on a routine. How did you instill it into your routine? Like, and obviously I have a baby, you know, that's a little bit harder for me, but what was like your driving factors besides being big? Because you weren't even like, you were unhealthy, no doubt, but you weren't like, you genuinely didn't look like a fat guy. You were just like a chunky guy is all you really looked like. So like, what was your driving factors during that time?
Personal image.
Were you really like damn near ashamed of it?
Self-conscious as fuck. I mean, anyone that goes through that knows it doesn't just go away either, but that was a big one.
So you say you still have it in a sense, like there's days you feel like you're big or something like that?
Yeah.
Body dysmorphia for you as a real thing.
Skinny people will feel the same thing.
Yeah,
they get thick and they just feel like they're skin and bones still.
It's just like the opposite end.
Mm-hmm.
So that would probably really
girls, I mean, obviously I got my girl now, Carrie. Love you, baby. But back in the day, of course, I was like, no girls want to be with fat Travis, so
yeah, and it was. I feel that it was kind of like one of them things where, and your friends kind of picked on you a little bit.
I was barely through high school. Not even like friends. I mean, y'all would troll me, but
I mean, I feel like I did. I was a fucking twig, so
I
was
in
really
my back brace. I got called lampshade and shit in high school. I'm like, motherfucker, I got
lampshade.
Yeah, I got 2 poking vertebrae, dude, disc, and a spinal fracture.
And I'm playing basketball.
You talking about? Oh, you were fat, but fucking solid back brace, bro.
Like what the fuck? Yeah, duh, dude. This adds fucking it adds 3 inches each side. And that's the thing. You were a true gentle giant because you were 6'5", fucking. Just the nicest person to people. You didn't have it in your heart at that time. Like, dude, this just for premise of who the type of person Travis was at this time. If I were to say the Lord's name in vain, Travis would actually get angry at me and say, "You don't say that." And this was like, he was just a very innocent person at this time. So it was like fighting and stuff like that was not in his repertoire in terms of other people.
I'd give the smoke if it was needed.
You'd fight your brothers, but like you just didn't feel the need to fight little ass people who were calling you fat. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You had a good control. Gemma, you want to come sit in the podcast?
You want to be in the podcast, Gary?
You can come get in the podcast.
We got a special guest today, y'all.
Oh, baby.
Stinky.
So,
Stinky.
this is the podcast. Do you want to say hi? You say mama? Say dada. Yeah, she ain't gonna say that, but she'll say here. She's gonna be calm up here for sure. No, she's not. She's gonna look at the computer. Anyways, I'm just gonna cut this out. My fault. Had the little creature come and interrupt us. But like I was saying, what was so it would be women. It'd be your image. At the time, obviously, like you said, you have your girlfriend now. When was it? How many days into working out did you know that you're doing it? That there is no stopping?
I think
that's my
so. It's kind of like you've heard the quote, it takes 10,000 hours to like master something or whatever. Mm-hmm. The other saying is like it takes 2 weeks to get into a routine
of truly doing it every day.
Mm-hmm. And that doesn't have to just be working out. If it's waking up and editing for an hour every single morning, 100%. First couple mornings, you're like, I don't want to do this shit.
You're not wrong, dude. So it's like it's damn near the exact same premise. Like, cause I didn't have to teach you, hey, you have to do this a lot to do it. I just had to teach you how to edit. But like when it came to, cause like for you guys who don't know, like I'm quote unquote a professional editor in this YouTube space. In terms of I have just edited I think that my editing caliber is good enough, and I've edited for people with millions of subs, etc.
Maniac, where you at?
Maniac, you know that I'm looking for you, dog. Maniac, let me edit.
The stars will align.
The stars are gonna align after I upload this clip. Maniac, I'm telling you, dude. I got the vision. I'm gonna do exactly what you need me to do. I'm very talented in my craft. I'm a creative person. Not only that, I know what you want, dude, and I can definitely execute that. So I disregard Maniac. Hit me up in the DMs at Disciples. I love you, bro. We're gonna do this shit together. Anyways. Travis has this work ethic where it's like once he says he's going to do something, there ain't no stopping it. So it's like, and I have the same work ethic, and I found that out when it came to editing. So I mean, I kind of just need to tap into that mindset. Mm-hmm. I really just need to tap into that mindset.
It's a hard mindset get into like to get in. Cause like especially when I was losing my weight, it was like because you can like work out, you know what I mean,
and not see shit for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or if you're just like, if you don't do the full program, like. Of eating right, or like for me, I was doing intermittent fasting. I know some people don't agree with that. A lot of people agree with that.
Whenever you were doing intermittent fasting, were you ever to look at a donut and like bite your lip a little bit?
Well, that's the thing. Also, I never like kill myself, or I'd eat that fucking donut.
You a little pre-cum in it. you know when you start thinking about donut, your 18th hour. You see that little Krispy Kreme donut in the gas station. You're going there for a wrap. Get a little pre-cum.
Sometimes you gotta get that donut, you know what I'm saying? A little Reese's cup or something.
Get that. See, that's okay though. Like, and the thing is, you weren't trying to starve yourself. You were just trying not to. No. You had a food addiction, and that's okay to say. You had a food addiction more than anything. You were active as fuck. You were more active than me by far at the peak fat in your life.
In high school basketball.
Yeah, dude. You were. It was just you were comforted by food for sure. That's really what it was. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm comforted by food, but God bless me with the metabolism where it's like I'd never had to worry about that. So it's not something that I can go make something and genuinely not feel any guilt about it. Besides, I just ate a shit ton of grease. Like I might have just taken a year off my life right there. You know what I mean?
The burger worked it though.
Yeah, it's different. Oh, dude. Speaking of cooking, you brushing your hair, Jimmy? You're doing so good, Bubba. So speaking of, I'm genuinely like, would you like to do a cooking series on TGB? I'm a cook. You know this. I want to teach you the meals that I know to where you get comfortable in the kitchen, which you already are. You're more comfortable with breakfast foods and stuff like that because that's mainly what you cook. Let's do a little cooking show, dude.
You want to make it a competition?
I would love to do, and have our girls taste it, dog.
Our girls be the taste testers, and we both gotta cook the same thing, but then like record it from both POVs. But then the girls are like,
let's do that and just do it like once a month. We don't gotta do it every week.
Yeah,
do it once a month.
No crazy recipes.
I want to do like 3 gameplays a month,
and we can do like cooking together or whatever on some big
like if we want to do like a fucking Thanksgiving, we could do a cooking Thanksgiving dinner together type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Dude, let's do that. And we can do like a grill off on 4th of July, shit like that, dude. And it would be funny if one of us fucks up on something we'd never cooked before. Because, Gemma,
Come here, Tinky. Come here. Come here, Tinky. Thank you.
Thanks, Stinky. Go watch Miss Rachel.
Thank you.
But what was the last word I just said?
Cooking. Something.
No, it'd be funny. It genuinely would be hilarious if like one of us completely like burnt to a crisp a fucking meal, and then we had to have our girls taste it. The best part of that video will be the girls getting the reaction of the girls tasting some trash ass food. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be a great meal every time.
The biggest thing is just seeing if our girls are even able to, are willing to do it.
They'd be willing. Maybe not directly on camera, but like they'd at least like say it's like the camera's right here, like a GoPro view. You know what I mean? They'd be willing to, dude. If after they see all this shit and we've been doing so good on our uploads, they see the vision. They'd be willing to. I really do believe. And truthfully, it would take Caitlin saying yes or Carrie saying yes. It would just take one of them saying yes, and then both of them would do it for sure.
Oh, so.
But you said you had some right before we did the in the blender. Me and Travis were talking about what were we going to talk about in the blender. If you haven't seen that episode, it was absolutely a fucking banger. Called out Doug Spencer Martin for his incapability of being a leader. We talked many points on the CDL, such as Octane being the best AR of all time. I didn't say it. Travis said it. You got to watch the video to see his argument. I don't want to get into it. But you said you had some things that you might want to talk about in terms pertaining to the CDL. What I want to talk this.
So we touched on it a little bit in the blender. But let's talk about the Florida Mutineers again. Because I know how we feel about the branding and everything.
Yeah.
I think...
I've never seen Heretics ever. Like, they're a big team, I guess. I genuinely have never tapped in.
The closest I've seen is Heroic from CS.
Yep. Heroic.
The European team.
The gold logo. Wasn't that theirs? Oh, no, they were the H.
Like the red, yeah.
Yeah, the H. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Cadian and shit.
Cadian. Dude, I cannot fucking wait for... Fuck what the fuck scams... Scammers, what the fuck scams? Fuck you anyways, go ahead, dude. Fuck CSGO gambling, y'all took money from me and I'm tired of that shit. And I'm done. Put all my money in the stock market and I'm tired of this shit because CSGO scammers need to be fucking dealt with, dog.
Everybody ready for that gambling video.
I'm very close to I'm very close to going into a rant right now because it's half these websites are only available. Why am I 21 not able to gamble online? In the United States, I don't have a gambling addiction, but if I want to put $25 on at the end of my Friday shift at 11 p.m. because I had a bad fucking night and made $350, I want to put $25 on. I should be able to do it. I shouldn't have to rely on going to a VPN, going to a scam shit, because anyone who wants to gamble is going to find a way to gamble. Let it be legal.
Honestly,
fuck you.
I do agree with you because, like, don't get me wrong. It's like, I don't think a bunch of, like, 15-year-olds should be gambling.
Yeah, you
but they're going to do it. Anyone on the internet is going to be able to VPN, hide their identity.
I digress. I'm sorry. I had to say
they got shit like stake.com where you see Drake fucking gambling every single night. And
but I can't do it on Counter-Strike roulette?
And it's like the Counter-Strike skins are worth real money, so I don't see an issue.
It's a genuine marketplace.
I think it should be able to, you have to prove you're 21 like you're going into an actual casino, but it's like, if I'm throwing my $500 knife on there to gamble $500, it's like, what's the difference than me going on stake.com and throwing $500 from my debit account? Like, it's the same.
It's the exact same thing.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. We got into a touchy subject. It's very recent. Good. Fuck what the fuck skins.
Mason was going to have a whole inventory like
I won $500. $450 is what I won from $30 because it's plus tax. $25 is what I had on there. I've turned it into $400. Travis got my authenticator because I'm bad at gambling. I was going to gamble it in the 2 weeks it took for me to get the deposit out. 2 weeks later, fast forward, I go on there. I've been a good boy. I've gambled one time since.
About to get him a knife and shit.
About to get a knife. I've been a good boy. I see that 450 in my shit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna actually withdraw for once. I'm not gonna do a fucking bet. I go to withdraw, and they say 2 more weeks. I'm like, what the fuck? It's been 2 weeks. So I'm like, I go and ask in the chat, and I'm like, has anyone else been able to withdraw? And they're like, no. So you see my fucking hair? I haven't had a fucking haircut in 3 weeks because I fucking lost money. So
it does kill me how they can just straight scam on a website like that.
That was a straight scam, and then
there'd be like no repercussions.
It blew my mind that there was these low life souls. You're not a low life because you gamble. I'm sad that the point you're in life that you know this is a scam website, but you still need the serotonin of winning fake money. that you put more money into it and beg for more money because as beggars, it just didn't make sense. I realized that I had joined the scum of the earth, and I had myself become a scum of the earth in that moment. And it was because I added $10 more.
What I was going to get into was the Florida Mutineers.
Yeah. Damn,
I think, no, you're good. I think we're going to see some huge things from Florida this year, or from Miami.
I think so too. I think
LG's taking over. I think LG is a very solid esports company. They're not too big. You don't hear them getting all these big contracts, just throwing money away that all these other esports teams are going
They're
under.
solidified in the scene.
They have been around. They own a good amount of teams. Like
Ninja was on LG. Mm-hmm. They know what they're doing.
So I'm thinking, if they bring in new coaches, new management, everything, that's just going to be a new
Coach Karma?
Possibly. And that
Florida's not too far from Dallas, and isn't everyone located in Dallas at this moment?
Yeah. Most of them.
Dog. Someone, I know Karma only says it when he's drunk, so some people might not be taking him serious, but Karma would easily benefit any coaching staff.
100%.
He could join 100 Thieves coaching staff right now, and they would win more.
100%.
I'm just being honest. He will get your respawn very fucking
100%.
clean. Whoever has the best S&D coach right now needs to put a bag on DJ Karma. They really need to put a bag on DJ Karma because Karma is actually like, when it comes to respawn, he was the X factor for Optic. I don't care what anyone says. He was the reason we won all those games. Crim6 had a huge role in that. Formula and Scump's slaying power obviously had a huge play in that.
They all did their thing, but Karma's role was so important.
Karma just was the one who knew what play needed to be done to win. If you have Karma behind you and you're a year 2 player and Karma, Mr. Three Rings, comes in and he's like, hey man, do this. Do you question that? No. Now, Mud Dog comes in and he's like, hey man, do this. You question it every 100% of the time. There's levels to this shit. If Crim6 can go coach someone as long as they don't take his criticism
imagine that guy standing underneath, standing behind him in night vision goggles, just like, hey, you need to block that spawn.
Dude, he's a legend, man. I always appreciate Crim6, and he is a heel in all sense of the word, but he did that shit better. I'm a huge WWE fan, and I can respect everything that Crim6 did during his reign in not even the CDL alone, because he did really good then, but even prior to joining Optic, he was a
and he did it all without being like a piece of shit. But was also like that.
He knew the lines.
He was like the enemy, but obviously when he's like not the enemy, but you know what I mean. Like he could be the bad guy, but without being like a piece of shit and crossing those lines that people genuinely didn't like him. I mean, him and Scump had their shit, but that's
him and Scump.
With somebody for 4 years. You live with somebody for 4 years in a 4 year.
What the fuck? Yeah, dude. That's literally how it is. You start getting frustrated with people, and it's like that was huge for Optic, and I think the team did take a little bit. But Scumpy was even a big part of the fallout by living in California with fucking Kinsey or whatever her fucking name was. Fuck that bitch, dude.
That shit-ass Wi-Fi broken knob.
Dude, and she was such a bad girlfriend to him. Gemma, get that out.
Shout out to his new fiance.
Oh yeah. She is a wonderful woman.
No, it's not Steph.
And I don't remember her name because he doesn't really say it often. I don't know. Liz. Kinsley was his ex, right? Mm-hmm. She is a ratchet. Scump was just young and dumb, and I've been there, and you've been there. Everyone's been there. He is a stand-up kid, man now. Finally got his little wifey. Everything's going good. His dog.
Cat,
he gonna be
cats now.
Dude, watch. He's gonna get fucking knocked up in the next 2 years. I bet he does.
Gonna be a little Scumper Junior.
Little Scumper Junior, but what was something I wanted to talk about? Our anime talk towards the end of the podcast. So, recently, someone very close to us had talked to me about some problems in his life. And it was just personal shit. It wasn't even anything big. It was just like mental stuff, just talking out his mental shit. And it happened to be during a time where I'm reading Vagabond. You know, and for those who haven't read Vagabond, I've already told Travis he needs to, but for those who haven't read Vagabond, it's an amazing book. So I've been reading Vagabond, and it happened to be during the day. Literally the last panel I read said a specific words that I'll say. So, long story short, he's having a problem with patience. He's having a problem with stress on a day-to-day basis. and stress about the future more than anything. And this last panel literally said that I read, and it was from a philosopher. Miyamoto Musashi is a philosopher, an ancient samurai, best known in history. This is all real. And he was a philosopher, and what he says about worrying is, worrying does nothing but destroy today's peace and enhance tomorrow's problems. And that is exactly what worrying is. And this almost hits with you, dude. You've had health anxiety, which everyone does at the age of 22, dude. I still have it in terms of, like, I'll fucking cough one day and I have, like, a little sliver of red in it. I'm like, holy shit, I have blood in my lungs. And then the next cough has nothing, and I realize it was probably just mucus that made its way in the back of my throat because I had fucking sinus. You know what I mean? It's like every single time something like that happens, I get stressed about. So it's like, that's pretty much the motto that I have wanted to. That's my monocle for the next year.
It's a fire ass saying, I ain't gonna lie.
It is. Destroys today's peace. Because you can, second you stop worrying, life is what life is. Peaceful. And you're able to enjoy the moment again. And I don't know, that's kind of what I just wanted to bring to you and to the viewers, if whoever watched it at the end. That's my little motto right now, so.
It's a very typical motto.
Very typical motto. You have any last words to say? Or actually, real quick, One Piece, where you at? Real shit. Get down on the rundown.
Luffy's that guy.
Luffy is that guy.
Ahead, of course, if you're catching up. One Piece is a fucking journey. It's worth it to everybody. Probably the best TV show story I've ever seen.
Yep. I 100%
Luffy
agree.
just made it past
1 second, Gemma.
2 Yonkos. 2 of them.
That's where you're at?
Walked right past Big Mom and Kaido. Did not give a fuck about them.
No, ma'am. Don't grab that drink.
It's empty.
Oh. Didn't give a fuck about them? Anyways, that is the hardest scene in One Piece thus far, outside of the manga.
And that animation, bro, when he turned around with his
You're
hat,
almost,
and he's like, I'm gonna be king of pirates. Yeah, fuck yeah, you
yeah,
are.
dude. And you're done with, you're probably, no. You're probably done with, the last episodes here soon. Like, you're probably on 1040, what?
10:18, something like that. 10:15. I go back, Luffy's walking past him. I'm like,
So,
yeah.
I know next episode we are going to have a lot to talk about because you're about to see my favorite moment. Have you seen anything post him walking through?
Yeah.
So you've seen Room.
Yes.
Haha. Most badass moment in the fucking in Wano, in my opinion, outside of the manga.
Wait, are we talking when he ruined Luffy or when he ruined the samurai?
The samurai.
Yep. And then he got mad at Luffy and he's like,
stop telling me what to do! He's like, yeah, I was gonna do it anyways, dude. That's literally how I feel whenever people are telling me how to fucking play it, search and destroy. I'm like, dude, I'm literally gonna look this way if I could fucking hear him, dude. Like, shut up. Anyways, One Piece, peak fiction. I've been getting back into Naruto again. I've been hating on it, but that's for another talk. I've been hating on it in a bad way. Like, I need to respect it a little bit more. Some moments, such as Jiraiya and Naruto's relationship, is a pinnacle moment in anime, and I should have put some more respect on that.
Pain.
That entire arc is a peak moment in anime.
Villain.
I think we're done. I think it's been 25 minutes, and you know what we are. We are the 2QUICK podcast. Boys, disciples, and fallen. I love y'all. You know what it is. Goodbye, and see ya.
Doses.